Alright fellas, here we are back on Pokemon Masters, and we're going to be having a bit of a different video today where we kind of look at the anniversary characters, right? So, we don't know anything about the anniversary yet for the 4th anniversary, right? We don't know anything yet, at all, pretty much, but there's a lot of theories and ideas circulating about the anniversary characters, the events, the battle point units, stuff like that, right? And I kind of want to put all of these big ideas into like one video so people can kind of take what they want and, you know, just have ideas for what we can expect within the next, let's see, so about 32 hours. 32 to 50 hours, something like that. I forget what I can't do math really quickly, alright? It's like fucking 8, it's 8:45 in the fucking morning, man. I'm getting videos recorded. But anyway, I kind of want to just look at all of the possible ideas for the anniversary and its events and just, you know, look at all that stuff and try and culminate it into one video, right? So, this is the anniversary Datamine infographic last year, right? This basically just goes over everything, so like a normal monthly infographic, but this one was for the anniversary, so I want to use it to kind of have us a little bit of a guide on what to expect, right? So on the 25th, we actually got the Trainer Lodge, which was a completely new addition at the time, as well as the monthly Scout, which, you know, had Cynthia. This, I doubt we'll get anything similar to this, obviously, because I think they would have announced, like, the Trainer Lodge coming, right? I think they probably would have. They did announce the Electric High Score event, which will be dropping during September, but I don't think it'll be dropping, obviously it can't drop in August, right? Yeah, that's kind of how that goes. But somewhere in this time period, I would say is likely for the Electric High Score event to drop, right? So somewhere between the 5th and, like, the 22nd. I'd say somewhere similar to like how the legendary gauntlet works, right? So around this time frame here, like before Pokemon Masters Day, but probably after the main anniversary events, right? Just that's a big timeline, but probably what's going to happen. Go down the timeline here, and on the 28th, we got everything, right? We got the Battle Point units update, we got the 3 years anniversary itself, obviously, the special events for Ash, we got Ash's debut, the Ticket Scout update, all that stuff, right? Looking at this year, we're obviously going to get the Ticket Scout update again, which is going to include, let me see here, Hugh, Colress, who the fuck is Sinnoh? Shit. Looker, Courtney, Shauna, I'm probably forgetting some, Melanie and Gordy. There may be another character or two I forgot, but I think those are the characters that are getting added to the pool off the top of my head. I'm not going to go back and look, right? So yeah, we're going to be getting that. We've also got the BP super vouchers and normal vouchers, right? There'll be more sync pairs to team up with. Last year, we got 4 new BP 4 stars and 2 new BP 5 stars. We got Sophocles and Golem, Janine and Crobat, Clement and Magneton, and Candace and Frostlass. And then for the super vouchers, we got the Player and Mesprit, as well as Nita and Landorus. So I'm expecting something similar this year, to where we get 1 to 2 super 5 stars, right, with the master passes and stuff, and 3 to 4 new BP 4 stars. As for the characters it's literally just up in the air. I mean, you can't really make much of a prediction, right? A lot of the characters have been characters who haven't gotten alts yet, so I'm expecting someone like maybe Flannery, Valerie, Winona, just a lot of characters. I mean, a lot of characters in this game do not have alts, so I mean, there's just a lot of different possibilities, right? But they've also done characters who have gotten alts, well, not at that time, but have gotten a lot of alts now, like Morty. Morty did not have an alt back then, I believe, but now he's got a lot, so I mean, they probably will still, can still do characters like that. Yeah, right, so there's just a lot of different characters that they could do. Nothing we can really predict. I mean, there's just a lot of characters, so like Valerie, Koga, Winona, Flannery, Sabrina's got an alt, I guess. Flint, you know, a lot of different characters. So, not really going to try and put my effort into predicting that. But for the BP 5 stars, I think it's likely we get Donna, I don't know how to say her name. I'm going to guess Dana. I don't know who she's with. I'm pretty sure she teams up with the legendary birds in the battle as a battle shadow lane, right? So she's got Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. Don't know which ones are the most likely. I would prefer Moltres, but I really don't care. And then for the player, it's just really up in the air. He's got Mesprit, who isn't even a legendary arena unit, right? Or Pokemon, right? So I kind of want Raikou, but again, I don't really care all that much. You can kind of put whoever you like. I don't really mind either way. So battle point units, we don't really know who they are, but we know we're going to be getting some 4 stars and 5 stars, right? So I'm just looking at this little rally thing over here, and it also just goes over this stuff, but yeah, this isn't really too important here. I've also got the news opened up here just because I want to look at all this stuff, right? I think this here has the information I need. Maybe. Yeah, Take On the 4th anniversary is almost here. The final villain arc chapter we mentioned earlier is scheduled to be added during the 4th anniversary and at the end of August. I don't remember what date they said it would be, but I'm going to guess it is like the anniversary day, or at least damn close to it. Because looking at the date, it's not going to happen before the 25th. It's unlikely they drop the content on the 26th or the 27th. So the earliest day they could drop the villain arc final chapter is the 28th, right? So you got the 28th to the 31st for your drop date. So yeah, we're going to be getting the final villain arc chapter, which we don't know if they're going to centralize the theme of the anniversary around the villain arc, right? I mean, they could for sure. Like, I would not be opposed to that. That would make a lot of sense. But I also could definitely see them not doing it just because they don't want to... They don't really want to hang up on the villain arc too long, right? I mean, it's going to be the final chapter, so it is going to be a big moment, but they could also just be like, hey, let's go and do something else. And I think that's definitely a likely possibility. But I could see them doing something related to the villain arc, like a red and blue all leaf, you know, a new Kanto trio for the most part. Maybe Giovanni, maybe Paulo, but I doubt they do Paulo for an anniversary. I doubt they do Giovanni for an anniversary. At least as like the headliners, right? I think the headliners, if they do the villain arc, would be like red, blue, and leaf, or protagonists, you know, champions, some characters that are related to the villain arc that are still hype, like, you know, Lance, Steven, Cynthia, the champions there. Or popular gym leader characters like, I don't know, Erica, Morty, Elisa, Skyla, just popular gym leaders, right? Or, of course, protagonists, you know, especially ones that haven't gotten alts yet, like Elio, Celine, Nate, those type of characters. But yeah, not really too big on the idea of the villain arc characters being an anniversary, but hey, I wouldn't be too opposed. So yeah, we're going to get the villain arc somewhere between the August 28th and August 31st, so do keep that in mind. Also, I want to mention, I don't have an image pulled up, but we have Palmer revealed as one of the characters, right? We got, well, not for the anniversary, but Palmer was revealed in a booth, panel, whatever you want to call it, in Japan, where Pokemon Masters had a panel for, I think it was the Pokemon World Championships, where he was one of the characters you could take a picture with. He had a model and everything, so that leads a lot of people to have speculation that Palmer is going to be in the game sooner rather than later, which is definitely fair, for sure. I don't think he'll be a anniversary headliner. I think if you think Palmer is going to be a headliner, then no, I'm sorry. I really doubt it. I really doubt Palmer. He's not hype enough. I mean, Palmer's cool. I like Palmer, but look at anniversaries past. We have Red, Cynthia, and Ash. You think he's on those same characters' level of strength or noteworthiness? No, I don't think so. But whatever. Palmer, I think, is possible to be a BP unit. People have been throwing that idea around. I think it's possible. I don't personally think it'll happen, but I definitely could see it happening for sure. But I don't personally think that's going to happen. I think if we do get Palmer in September, it'll be in the same slot as the special costume Rosa here, where we got her just as a completely random event. So yeah, I think that we'll probably be getting her. We'll get Palmer to replace her slot, if anything, right? I could definitely just see them putting Palmer in as an NPC and being done with it. He's not even getting a playable character yet. But if he does get playable, I think the most likely option for him is during this like mid-September slot where they release a new character, right? And event. So that's just what I think. Anyway, that's Palmer and the BP units. What about the rest of the anniversary? Obviously, I do think we'll get some Pokefair selects, for sure. 100%. At least 2. Probably. 2 is probably the likely number, because we already have 3 seasonal selects as well. I think the most likely... I couldn't tell you the most lucky candidates for who's going to be in Pokefair Selects, but I do think there's a solid possibility at us getting at least the Unova villain art characters in the Select Scouts. Maybe Signasuit Steven, maybe Dojo Gloria. I think Dojo Gloria has a good possibility now because she's already run once in a pretty hyped banner. So I mean, that banner probably baited quite a few people. Lysander's good, Dojo Gloria's good. It was Dojo Gloria and Lysander's first rerun. That banner probably made a lot for them. So I figure that now they'd probably be fine with putting Dojo Gloria in a Select Scout, so they can still profit off of her a little bit, but it's nothing too insane anymore. I do think that they'll put I think it's possible they put the Unova villain art characters in the Select Scouts, but it could not happen. It could also just not happen, right? But I do think it will. I think Hilda for one banner, Hilbert for another. I don't know about N. N's already gotten a rerun. I don't think they would put him in. I think rerunning Signasuit Dawn and Signasuit Cyrus could also still work. They've had multiple reruns, especially in Select Scouts, but I think they could still do it again, especially because I still manage to miss Cyrus every single time, which is real fucking annoying. Classic Elisa, another big one. I don't think Classic Elisa will actually be in the Pokefair Scouts, because if we do get the Electric high score event, well, we are, but I think her and Signasuit Hao will be featured in the banner, so I really don't think they would put her in both the Select and on that banner, right? Because this will be her first free rerun, so there's that. I can't think of many other Pokefairs, honestly, that they would... I can't think of many Pokefairs in general. Maybe they like Signasuit Diantha with her Rock Zone. She's still really valuable. Emma and Annabelle, they released back in January, so it's been about 7 months. I can see them putting them in the banners for sure. So there's that too. Let's see. Characters that were released earlier this month. Eugene and Signasuit Silver... Maybe. I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's very likely they get put in the banners, but I think it's possible. I think it's possible that we could see Signasuit Silver and Eugene be put in the Pokefair Selects. Maybe. Just maybe. Who released during May? I forget. For this year, I actually forget who released during May. Because I know... Oh yeah, it was the Alola Arc, wasn't it? I don't think they put the Alola Arc units in the Pokefair Select. They could, but I don't think so. Anyway, yeah. That's just kind of some spitballing ideas for the Pokefair Select Scouts. I don't really have any basis to prove anything. I'm just kind of spitting ideas. Anyway, I don't think there's much else I have to go over. We've gone over the BP units. We've gone over the ticket update, right? We've gone over the Pokefair Selects. Obviously, we know that the anniversary starts on the 28th itself, with the first character dropping on the 28th, as well as the character dropping the 30th and the 1st. This is how it has been for years past. It's likely not going to change. So I guess let's go into my thoughts on who the characters could be. Now, my thoughts on this anniversary is it could be a vast, and I mean vast, number of things, right? It could range from so many things. I think the villain arc may have a possibility. I think that Hisui has a possibility. I think Paldea has a possibility. And I think even just random characters have a possibility. So let's go ahead and go into the first opinion here. So, obviously, I think these three have a fair shot, right? Ray, Akari, and Volo. We've gotten Adamant and Irida already, so it means Hisui is going to be coming into the game. And I do think that these characters are definitely hype enough to carry an anniversary themselves, especially Volo, right, being Cynthia's descendant, ancestor, I mean. And Akari and Ray obviously being protagonists. You could easily do something like Origin, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. There you go, triple Sinnoh anniversary, if you wanted to. Characters are definitely hype enough. And you could also mix and match these characters with random characters. Like, you could do Volo and then, like, I don't know, fucking Lance and Cynthia or something, where you don't have to just do a solely Hisui-based anniversary. I do think they're possible, though, for sure. Just because of their hype. We know Hisui's here. They haven't done anything with Hisui since Adamant and Irida, which wasn't too long ago, but they also left that event open-ended, so we do know for sure we're getting more Hisui characters in the game eventually. We just don't know when, and I think the anniversary is probably a good time for them to introduce these characters. Anyway, yeah, this isn't really me trying to be biased or anything, but I wouldn't say Volo for the anniversary if I didn't think it could happen. I did not mean to exit out of Akari there. Oops. Anyway, yeah. So that's just my thoughts. Yeah. Anyway, there's Hisui. Next likely possibility, I think, could be the Paldean characters, right? I do think that if we get Paldea, I do think, honestly, that the professors are more likely than the protagonists. Just because they for sure would give the professors either Miraidon and Koraidon. I guess spoilers for fucking Sword and Shield, not Sword and Shield, that's Scarlet and Violet. It's a fucking 9-month-old game, or 9-month-old game. Go and play it, or something, or just click off, I don't care. But yeah, I think that the most likely possibility for them is Koraidon and Miraidon, or if we look at their teams, potentially Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant. I think that they could definitely be possible as well, but I think Koraidon and Miraidon would make the most sense. People have been having the idea that they could do Sada with Koraidon as a sprint, and then Turo and what's his fucking face, Miraidon as a field character, since they match the colors of the new roles with orange and purple, right? So I definitely think that's possible, especially the characters. I don't know about the roles, but I do think that Sada and Turo are definitely likely candidates for an anniversary, especially with us getting Nimona so soon and her not having the Paldea theme skill. So they're definitely going to add more Paldean characters, obviously. And obviously now, with the anniversary, would be a pretty decent time, right? Though I also don't think... I feel like they would have extended Nimona a little bit if it meant... that these characters were coming, right? Maybe they could just, like, extend the duration of the banner for Nimona. Like, they'll be like, hey, surprise, we've got more Paldea characters, so if you want to go for Nimona, here you go. Here's, like, a week extension or something. I guess that's possible. But I don't know. I don't know why they would end Nimona's banner on the exact same time more Paldean characters would drop. Juliana and Florian, I think they're possible as well. They've got a lot of different characters they could... or Pokemon they could have, right? The starters, for one. They could also potentially have Koraidon and Miraidon. I like the idea of the professors having them more, but they could just be random with it, who knows. For more other hype Pokemon, again, starters like Meowscarada, Quaquaval, Skeledirge, I think those are probably the most likely candidates. You could also potentially give them one of the legendary quartet members, like maybe Chien Pao and then Chi Yu or something. That could be pretty cool. But I don't think... I think if we do get Paldea, I think that the professors are the most likely option. I don't know who the third character would be. I don't think you could really third wheel anyone in there that quick. Unless you do, like, Gita. I think Gita may be possible. But I don't think it would be the protagonists for a Paldea anniversary. I think it would be most likely the professors here, right? Anyway, next idea is just random characters, right? I think, like, Lance, Lily, Cynthia, these type of characters, these hype characters. I know Cynthia and Lily have been part of an anniversary before. But guess what? Who cares? Who cares? They're fucking hype characters. That's gonna happen. Anyway. Yeah. So I think Lance, or not really Lance, but just hype characters in general, like Cynthia, Red, Lance, Lily, Hilda, Hilbert, Rosa, these hype characters that don't really have a theme together, but think about, like, the second anniversary, right? Think about the second anniversary, which had Lily, Anne, and Steven. These characters have no correlations to each other outside of being popular, and that's kind of what the theme was, is that they were popular. The theme of, last year was that it was, Ash, which was a really new addition. He was from the anniversary, or not the anniversary, the anime. And it was 2 Pikachus, as well as Cynthia with her Lucario. Didn't really have too much, they had more synergy than the second anniversary, right? So I feel we could potentially get that again with Lance, Lily, and Cynthia, or just some sort of other trio of random anniversary characters, right? It doesn't really matter who, if Marnie didn't get a character or an alt for the half anniversary, I would probably say someone like Lance, Marnie, and I have no fucking idea. I really don't. But, these general ideas, of random characters with random, like, maybe legendary Pokemon or just strong hype Pokemon in general. Like Lance with Lugia, Shiny Lugia or something, or Mega Charizard. Very strong, very hype for sure. Spitballing an idea with Lily, maybe like Shiny Ultra Necrozma. Just, again, random ideas. Cynthia, fucking Arceus, I don't fucking know. Like, you know, just these hype characters with hype Pokemon, like they did for the second anniversary. I think it's possible. I don't know who it would be specifically, but that's just kind of an idea I'm, you know, throwing out there. And the last possibility, I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't think Giovanni would be an anniversary character. I think I'm very on the fence about Giovanni. I think Giovanni being the most hyped up villain in the game, as well as probably the most popular villain overall, because he is the original Team Rocket leader. I think Giovanni may have a shot at an anniversary, but I'm not really too sure, right? I think that if we do get the last villain arc, as I said, it may have ties to the anniversary, right? If we do get that, I think the most likely option is a new Kanto trio with Red, Leaf, and Blue, where they get like the Kanto legendary birds or just something random, right? Like you could give Red Mega Mewtwo X, you could give Leaf a shiny Mew, you could give Blue fucking like Zapdos or something, like give him one of the birds or something. Or just don't even give him a legendary, maybe give him like a shiny Dragonite or like something, right? Something popular from Gen 1, or maybe give him Charizard, who fucking knows, right? I doubt that would happen. But yeah, I think that if we do get villain arc characters relating to the anniversary, I think Red, Leaf, and Blue are your most likely options. Giovanni, maybe. He could... It depends on how big they make this final chapter of the villain arc, right? We're hyping this up. They're hyping it up on Twitter, I think. Yeah, look at this. They've literally not even announced the seasonal select scouts, by the way, that we just got today. But they've been hyping up the villain arcs every single day from, you know, Kanto all the way up to Galar now, right? So this is cool. This is a pretty cool idea. But they are kind of hyping up these villain arcs, right? Especially with the campaign that they're currently ongoing, like the sweepstake and whatnot. Where you can win the signed posters, or I don't know what's signed, but you know, the posters, right, and some just other stuff. So there's that. I think that the villain arc with the Kanto trio is likely, or characters that may just relate to the villain arc overall, like, you know, how Lance didn't get an ult, they give him something because he's, you know, fucking hype. For Alola, they may give something to Elio or Celine, right? There's that, and then probably the final character will probably be like a Red or something, or a Leaf, someone from Kanto, right? They want to tie this back to Kanto for sure, or maybe Giovanni, who knows. I don't think they'd make Giovanni an anniversary character, but out of all of the villains, I think he definitely has the biggest shot for sure, so I could definitely be wrong there. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I have many other ideas on what they could do for the anniversary, honestly. I do think that it'll be pretty hype for sure, though. We've got the new High Score Electric event coming, we've got the new characters, we got the BP update, we've got the Extreme Battle events that are going to drop, obviously, the ticket update, all this stuff, right? The Poke First Selects. It's going to be a pretty hype time. Personally, this isn't my prediction, this is my hope, but I hope for a full Hisui-themed anniversary. Really want Volo, really want Akari, really want Ray, really want every Hisuian character, honest to God. I would love it. I would literally cry if Volo gets revealed in some trailer or something. I really fucking would. I wouldn't be mad with the professors either, honestly. I don't think Juliana and Florian are as likely as they are, but I do think that if we do get the Paldea professors, that'd be really cool. I do like both Paldea professors. Random characters I would not be that mad with. I wouldn't at all. I mean, you've got to just admit, hype characters are going to be the anniversary characters. You can't go out here and expect, like, Palmer for an anniversary, Barry for an anniversary. You can't just go out and expect that. I'm sorry, you can't. And if they do that, well, that'd be really fucking surprising, and I would be concerned about their financial state, I guess. But yeah, Lance, Lily, Cynthia, these type of hype characters, you know, N, Rosa, Red, characters that kind of don't really have any correlation, but can just be hype characters in their own right. 3 hype characters just meshed together for an anniversary. Could see it happening for sure. And then characters who relate to the villain arc I could also see as a possibility. Yeah, I think those are the, like, I guess 4 big likely possibilities. You know, Hisui, Paldea, random characters, and then the villain arc. Probably the big 4 there. I don't think Palmer will be an anniversary character. Maybe BP unit, maybe the mid-September unit. Not a headliner, right? But anyway, yeah. I don't think I have many other predictions left for the anniversary here. I don't. Obviously, I think there'll be Master Fairs. I think we'll probably just get 3 characters. I think releasing any more than 3, in terms of Master Fairs at least, is a little bit fucking insane. Just a little bit. We could probably see the rerun for the, which costume event? We may not even get a special costume event rerun, honestly. It'd be a little bit soon to rerun the masked one, right? The detective event. I don't know. We could probably see a nice hype events rerun here. Who knows? Who knows? Whatever. Yeah. These are my predictions for the anniversary, the 4th anniversary specifically. Datamine should be within the next... now, I'll actually try and do the math this time. Give me a minute. So 3, 4... Okay, so 16... I think the anniversary Datamine will be within the next 16 to 40 hours, give or take, right? That's our best bets for sure. So we'll see then. We may get a trailer, of course, at 11 p.m. my time. Well, in about 14 hours, right? About 14 hours may be the time we get a trailer. Who knows? They may drop one, they may not. Anyway, yeah, that is the anniversary predictions for me, or the possibilities. Let me know what what you think your predictions are down in the comments below. I'm very, very curious to know, and yeah, I'll see you all later.